If you are a Gen Z, then you must have came around this cat from mobile cover to water bottle and from pencil to bedsheet. It has got its presence almost everywhere you could probably imagine of, surpassing US Disney to Japanese anime obsession. This company has built a craze among youngsters and females that is something very interesting to discuss. Let's talk about Hello Kitty.
With that instantly recognizable face and red bow, fans have been saying, "Hello, Kitty."
Fans of Hello Kitty were told the shocking truth.
About her that's like just so enticing.
I love Hello Kitty so much.
A brand that generated profit of $84.5 billion till date, taking over the franchise of Batman, Marvel Cinematic Universe and James Bond combined. It all starts from 1974 when Yuko Shimizu, a young designer at Sanrio, wanted to design a cartoon character that can be appealing to both young and adults. Since cartoon was newly invented, so it has got a next level of attention across the world, especially in US and Japan. Inspired by it, she designed a round-faced cat with a red bow. In her mind, it was only one thing going around, a fictional character that could easily leave a mark in the very heart and brain of the customer. On one side, there were cartoons like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, who became extremely popular character back then and whose shows were grabbing maximum attention of the youngsters. On the other hand was the Hello Kitty, a merely fictional character who does not even have a cartoon show. There were previously established players like Disney, Warner Brothers and Marvel Cinematic Universe. Then how come the Hello Kitty was able to make its space in the most competition area and eventually monopolizing it completely? But here comes the business sense of Sanrio, a parent company who owns Hello Kitty. They were in a business from 1960 and they got the very nerve of the customer of what they are actually looking for. So they started printing Hello Kitty on the vinyl purse and the other stationery item, and their main target were the young children, and kept the price under budget that even a lower middle class parent could actually afford it. Slowly and slowly, this cute little cat started dominating the market and became the national icon in Japan. Hello Kitty saw this as a one-time moment and launched a franchise in which they were selling every possible thing that a child is looking for. Eventually became the #1 seller in Japan under kids category with big success and with a vision. They thought to win over the world and decided to make this cute little cat a global brand. But things took unexpected turn that a company was not prepared for. See, in the international market of United States and Europe, companies like Disney and Warner Brothers were already sitting with a massive audience chunk under their name. So entering this market is not something but a featherhead decision. Hello Kitty was able to dominate the Japanese market because they had a good experience of dealing with Japanese customer needs. But at the international level, every single market demands different business strategy. Some countries are price conscious and some are quality. When faced this problem, Sanrio, the parent company of Hello Kitty, decided the other way to make a brand global, and that is the licensing. In traditional way, company is responsible for designing to selling the product, but in licensing, you just offer other company a right to use brand logo or image. And in return, company gets a royalty fee on a regular basis. With this genius business tactic, Sanrio let Hello Kitty win over the world, generating profit in billions without any investment in marketing, manufacturing or selling. You can imagine the popularity of Hello Kitty that from clothing brand to tech companies, they were all literally begging to Sanrio for the licensing rights. That is the reason why we see Hello Kitty chargers, mobile covers, bedsheet, stationery and other innumerable items under the cute little cat name. Even McDonald's asked for Hello Kitty license to feature cat image on the toys they offer to kids with meal. Not only this, the opening of Hello Kitty theme park in Japan is because of the licensing strategy. This provided Sanrio with an extremely popular brand shoutouts without even spending a single penny on it. You must be thinking, okay fine, Got and Sanrio used an extravagant technique to capture the world market. But what made this Hello Kitty so popular that it eventually clicks the customer heart and soul in the very first sight? So here comes into play the very psychology of human brain. The Hello Kitty was intentionally drawn rounded without the sharp angles, and as per the psychology, humans are naturally attracted to round face as they feel more comfortable and approachable with the shape. The second thing you must have noticed in it would be probably that the cat does not have a mouth. and has been completely left on the user interpretation of the cat. If you are happy, then the cat is happy, and if you are sad, then the cat is sad. As a result, Hello Kitty becomes whatever the viewers needs her to be in any given moment. Whether it would be a cheerful friend or a supportive companion, the Hello Kitty fulfills it all. Using probably the best psychology technique, they just brought a nightmare to the competitors like Disney and Warner Brothers, who were at the time the market king of the cartoon franchise with some popular characters under their name like Tom and Jerry, Donald Duck, and Scooby-Doo. But when Hello Kitty made entrance, it just ate down a massive chunk of market with licensing limited edition product and also collaborating with some famous brands. Unlike others, Hello Kitty parent company Sanrio was open to collaborating with other companies. Following this path, very soon they also launched exclusive dress in Sephora and Vans. Also, they practiced a technique called limited edition, hence maintaining the scarcity of the product in the market that increased its purchasing desirability and the need in the eye of customers. As of today, following the above business tactics, Hello Kitty has more than 50,000 products under its name, from stationery to handpurse, and from the theme parks to the Hello Kitty aeroplanes. You just name it and you will find Sanrio's Hello Kitty there. So here is how Hello Kitty becomes a billion-dollar company with smart emotional branding and strategic business partnership. The tactic that this company has adopted is something that could teach a businessman a lot about how to really do a business in world's most competitive market. This brand has given us a lesson that no matter how localized your product is, but if you have a great collection and visionary advertisement strategy, then you could win over any market you go in, no matter how overcrowded the market is. Sanrio knew that if they started selling product, then they might probably end up getting bankrupted. So they started licensing, which given them a brand shout out without spending any money. They launched a limited edition product and made a bunch of money by using market scarcity technique. And at last they collaborated with big and reputed brands, hence making Hello Kitty a character that is dominating the market even after 50 years, and their competitors are not even closer to it in any manner.